Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaquat Zaman. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video of Mukhtasar al-Qudoori, learning Hanafi Fiqh. This is my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the like, subscribe button. And if you're old to my channel and still young at heart, then carry on and subscribe to my channel and share the videos. Alright, so today's lesson is a bit long, so let's quickly get on with it. See, what I try to do is I try to select lines which are all consistent with one another. Right, so I don't like breaking in between. So that's why it's gonna inshallah take a bit of time, but let me explain this to you. So shirka means partnership. Right, so partnership like sharik, ishraq as well, where you associate with Allah. Darbain, two types. Right, so two types. Amlak, shirkatu amlak, this is just general partnership. And shirkatu uqud, capital partnership. Then amlak, ayn is item. Ayn means item. Rajulan means two men. Yashtariyani, both buying. Yatasarraf, to invest and deal. Fi nasib, the share of akhar. And then ajnabi is someone who is an outsider. And then darb means type. Right here, darb means type, not strike. Okay, arbat, four, awjuh, scenarios, types as well. Let's put types. Mufawada, so this is what we call unlimited. Okay, so shirkatul uqud, this is the capital partnership. So it's either mufawada inan, which means limited. Shirkatul sanai means physical partnership, and wujuh means credit partnership. Okay, faces. Literally, the word wujuh means face, and sanai is from the word sana, which means like some sort of skill. This person has a sort of skill. So shirkatul mufawada here, yashtariyani, yashtarika. So I told you it's long, didn't I? Yashtarik, to share, yastawiyani, to both be equal. Mal, their wealth. Tasarruf, investing, dealing. Dain, debt. Hur, free. Muslim, aqil, adult, sane. Baligh, adult. Okay, mamluk is a slave. Sabi, you know that, minor. Baligh is adult. Muslim, kafir. Tanaqid, it means contracted. Although all these words have come before, I'm just repeating them. Let me know if you guys don't need these words, so it saves time really. If you guys need them, let me know. Wakala is agency. Now these chapters are going to come later on. Agency, kafala, guarantoring. Yeah, so guarantor or guaranteeing. Ta'am, food, kiswa, clothing. Duyun, debts. Badal, in exchange or so substitution. Waratha is to inherit. Tasihhu is valid. Wahaba is to gift. Again, the whole chapter of gifting is going to come later. Not today, later, but in life later. Mufawada is unlimited. Right, so Sarat ashirkatu. So shirka is partnership. Tanaqidu, contracted. Silver coins, gold coins. Fulus and nafiqa is sub-currency. And we talked about this when we talked about buyu. And then siwa, besides. Yata'amal is to deal. And nas, tibr, it means nuggets. Yeah, so nuqra, and these are like small pieces, chips. فتصح الشركة بهما. أراد شركة عروض is non-currency. باع كل واحد. Let's move this up. So باع كل واحد نصف, half. Okay, that's straightforward. Then there's all the tough words in this. Alright, so a lot we covered today. And maybe try to find out, is this the longest text we've covered in one lesson? Okay, so now this is i'rab tarkib. Shirkatu ala darbain mubtada. shirkatu amlakin, and then shirkatu uqudin. All of that is going to be the badal of darbain. So you can say shirkati amlakin, shirkata amlakin. There's three possibilities. Let me know why that's the case, where you can have three possible vowels on this different ones. For shirkatu mubtada amlak, al-aynu yarithuha rajulani fi'l fa'il أو يشترين فلا يجوز لأحدهما is the fi'l, and أن يتصرف is the fa'il. في نصيب الآخر إلا بإذنه, and then new sentence كل واحد منهما في نصيب الآخر كالأجنبي. New sentence والضرب الثاني شركة العقود مبتدأ and خبر وهي على 4 أوجه مضاف إليه. So then again مفاوضة ومفاوضة ومفاوضة عينان وشركة الصنايع وشركة الوجوه. أما شركة مفاوضة مبتدأ فهي إن يشترك الرجلان فاعل فيستويان في مالهما وتصرفهما ودينهما فتجوز. Right, so that's again feminine because it goes back to shirka. So تجوز بين الحرين المسلمين العاقلين بالغين ولا تجوز بين الحر والمملوك ولا بين الصبي والبالغ ولا بين المسلم والكافر وتنعقد ينعقد انعقاد على الوكالة والكفالة وما يشتريه كل واحد منهما يكون على الشركة. So على الشركة إلا now tell me what vowel we're going to put here. Let's see who can work this out. Think about this. ما يشتريه كل واحد منهما يكون على الشركة إلا طعام أو طعام أهله. What do you guys think it is? what I'll tell you is طعامه وكسوتهم وما يلزم كل واحد, that's a file of يلزم, من الديون بدلا. Okay, tell me why this is منصوب. عما يصح فيه الاشتراك في الفايل فالآخر مبتدأ ضامن خبر, and then له فإن ورث أحدهما. Is it ورث or ورث? Keep getting them two mixed up. Let me know in the comments. أحدهما مالا مما تصح فيه الشركة أو وهب مجهول وهب له. So this is the file of that. And then ووصل فعل إلى يده بطلت المفاوضة وصارت الشركة عنانا. So that's now خبر of صارت. ولا تنعقد الشركة في الفايل إلا بالدراهم والدنانير, except with الدراهم dirhams and دنانير والفلوس النافقة ولا يجوز بما سوى ذلك إلا أن يتعامل الناس بها كالتبر والنقرة مجرور فتصح الشركة في الفايل بهما. وإذا أراد it's times 2 الشركة مفعول به بالعروض باع كل واحد منهما نصف ماله بنصف مال الآخر ثم عقد times 2 الشركة. Right, so alhamdulillah we've got this. Right, so let's have a go at this then. So what is he talking about over here? What is Imam Qudoori on about? I remember when I first studied this, I was confused. I found it very hard to understand because a lot of these concepts we're not really kind of seeing them in the real world in raw form. So this whole section is about partnership, okay? Shirka. So let's say, for example, there's 2 people, right? So in the world, people can share things, right? So let's say, for example, there's a car. It's supposed to be a car, that is, right? There's a car, and there could be 2 owners of this car, right? This is called partnership. You could 2 people, or even more than 2 people, 100 people. Companies nowadays, lots of people own a company, right? So you have, people who have shares in a company, millions of people who own a particular company, right? So that's why understanding this chapter is quite important in understanding a lot of things that happen today. So you got this partnership. So partnerships, this is what it's all about. various types of partnerships. So generally when you have partnerships are of two types. All right, so you have one which is what we call a general partnership, where two people might share something voluntarily or involuntarily. Right, so voluntarily, V for voluntarily, for example, like two people buy the car, so they both voluntarily have, maybe one's put in 50% of the money and the other put in 50%, one put in 90%, one put in 10%, or involuntarily. Right, so involuntary is where, let's say, these two guys, their father died. When their father died, the father left them the car. Right, so now the car's been split between them, and it was involuntary because they had no say in it. They just received it. Right, so like for example, inheritance. Either way, we're not talking about this discussion in this whole chapter. We're concerned with the second category. The second category is what we call trade, or let's just call it contractual. This is contractual partnership, is when you actually go into partnership with someone with something. Right, so you're going into partnership, and there's lots of people who go into partnership. You know, the first people who actually started off Apple, right, the computer, famous company, right? There's few guys came together and they started this business off. So you have this partnership going on. You might get two guys say, you know what, let's buy and sell cars. So they buy cars, but they make a business of it. So it's not like voluntary general. This is contractual, where they make a deal and say, okay, whatever we make at the end of it, we're going to split it like this. Yeah, so that's contractual partnership. So contractual partnership is divided into four categories. All right, so you have, let's divide this then. So contractual partnership is divided up into, number one is what we call unlimited partnership. Number two, limited partnership. Number three is physical partnership. And then number four is credit partnership. So these, in them days, these were the four that you'd probably generally deal with, right? And nowadays, you know, obviously there may be some more. So you have unlimited partnership, right? You have limited partnership, physical, credit. Let me explain to you roughly what these ones are about. What is unlimited partnership? Unlimited partnership is, let's say for example, like there's two guys over here, and these two guys share all their life savings, the whole life savings, whatever they've got in their life savings, yeah? They share, they say, right, we're going to put all of it in equally, equal amounts. So let's say they start off skint, they have nothing at all, and they start from scratch. Put everything in there. Right? So when you put everything in there, this is now known as shirkatul mufawada. Okay, so mufawada. Okay, mufawada. Now, the opposite of unlimited is limited. Unlimited is 100% of all of what they have, they put in. So mufawada would then be, the next one would be inan. So inan is where they only put a certain amount. Right, the next one is inan. So the same scenario, but this time let's say this guy puts in 60% of the capital, this guy puts in 40%. So it's not equal. Right, they don't put, and they've saved some things they haven't put into it. So they've got like lots of money in the bank, they haven't put into it. They put into a limited amount, right? All right, then the third one is what we call physical. Physical is basically two people who have a particular skill, and they are basically using that skill, that trade, to make the money. So let's say, for example, it's a garage. One guy, he is the guy that fixes the car. So he's the car mechanic. And there's another guy who does paint jobs. Right, so he kind of paints cars. Right, so they both, when cars come, they both work on the cars, and then they both kind of get the money. Right, so they divide how much ever percentage they want to divide between themselves. Right, this is known as, we call physical, or shirkatu as-sanaya. Okay, shirkatu as-sanaya. And the last one is where two people, where one person puts the capital in, one person puts in the cash, and the other person, he kind of like, because of all his contacts, he's the one that kind of gets everyone, gets all the clients. Right? So he gets clients because of his face, right? Because of his, Like you get some very well-known person, influencer. You ask him, look, I've got a business and I want you to kind of promote this business. Yeah, so one guy puts the capital in, the other guy puts his face in, and this is known as wujuh. Right, these are the 4 types of partnerships that you just need to know. Right? Okay, so what I'll do is, let's see how much we can do. I thought we were going to cover all of this. We'll see how much we can do, and the rest of it we will complete next lesson, I think. I think that will be best, because otherwise it just becomes too long. Right, so let's just do as much as we can do, and the rest, inshallah, we will do it next lesson. So, shirka is of 2 types. Yeah, so let's put this up there. So shirka is of 2 types. Shirkatu amlak, this is what we call the general, and then shirkatu uqud. Right, so amlak means like wealth, properties. Contractual, shirkatu uqud. For shirkatu amlak, the first type, al-ainu is an item. Yarithuha rajulan is when 2 people inherit a particular item, like a car. Or yashtariyanihi, or they both buy it voluntary. Fala yajuzu, it's not permitted li ahadihima, for either of the 2 people, an yatasarrafa, to deal in the car, fi nasib al-akhar, in the share of the other, illa bi-idhnihi, except with the other's permission. So let's say this guy wants to sell his 50%, he's got to ask the other guy, because obviously the other guy owns 50% as well. Okay, that's the first type. Then he says, وَكُلُّ وَاحِدٍ مِّنْهُمَا, and then each one of these 2 guys, فِي نَصِيبِ الْآخَرِ, in the share of the other, كَالْأَجْنَبِيِّ, is like an ajnabi. So each one in regards to the share of, so the 50% that this guy owns is different from what this guy owns. So like they're 2 totally different people. They haven't come together in a contract. Right, so that's done then. The next one. وَالضَّرْبُ الثَّانِي, and the second type, ضَرْبُ الثَّانِي, which is contractual. شِرْكَةُ الْأُقُودِ, this is known as contractual partnership. وَهِيَ عَلَى أَرْبَعَةِ أَوْجُهٍ, and this is of 4 types. Mufawada, unlimited. Inan, limited. Shirkatul Sanai', physical partnership. And Shirkatul Wujuh, and credit partnership, right, or face partnership. Okay, so this is all of them. Then Shirkatul Mufawada, now it's going to go into the first category. Alright, so Shirkatul al-Mufawada, right, the first category is going to go into. So it's going to start explaining about this type, and that's the one that we're going to be focusing on now. Right, so let's have a look at this then. So Shirkatul Mufawada is what we call unlimited. So 2 guys, let's say for example, these are the 2 guys, and these 2 guys put in everything that they have in their life savings. Right, they put it all in, and they put it in equally, so they have to basically start from scratch. They have nothing, and then all of a sudden start building up. So they're putting everything they've got into the pot. Everything is going into the pot. Now, the way this works is that these 2 will actually start buying and selling and investing in whatever they acquire. So if this guy has now bought a mobile phone, it will actually be 50-50 mobile phone. If this guy buys a laptop, it's going to be like a 50-50 laptop. If he buys a house, it's going to be 50-50. Everything they buy, everything, it's going to be considered to be 50-50 as part of the business. So, أما شركة المفاوضة, as for شركة المفاوضة, this is, as I told you, it's called where, the unlimited. فهي, then this is أن يشترك الرجلان, this is supposed to be أن يشترك, not in. أن يشترك الرجلان, with 2 men or 2 people, they share both their wealths. Right? فَيَسْتَوِيَانِ فِيمَا, and they are equal in both their wealth. Remember, this can only happen if you have 2 people who have exactly the same amount. وَتَصَرُّفِهِمَا, and their dealings, so they're both equal in their dealings, equal in their wealth, and equal in their debts. Meaning whatever debts one has acquired, the other one has to pay 50-50 of that as well. Yes, it's a bit of a strange one. So if I was to write down here, so they share in 3 things: the exact amount of wealth, they share the responsibility of the dealings, so whatever one buys, the other one's bought it as well. And number 3 is debts as well. So whatever one buys, whatever debt he owes the buyers or the sellers, he has to split it. They both split it. Right? So it's as though they are one person. That's the kind of. So therefore, fatajuzu. So now this is actually, there's some conditions for this. What are the conditions? So they both have to be free. So you can't have this with slaves. You can't do this trade with a slave partner. they both have to be Muslim, so you can't have one as a Muslim, one as a kafir. They both have to be sane, right? So they both can't be insane, and they have to be adults, right? So these are the 4 conditions that are necessary for this to go through. So tajuzu is jaiz between 2 free people who are Muslims, who are aqil, sane, baligh, adults. Wala tajuzu, and it's not allowed bain al-hurri, between a free person and a slave. Wala, nor between a minor and an adult. So one minor, 5-year-old kid, he wants to do a business with an adult. No, he can't do mufawada. You can do other ones, but not mufawada. Wala bain al-muslimi wal-kafir, nor between a Muslim and between a kafir. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stop it there, and we'll do the rest next week because it's quite a bit, and I don't want to rush into it. Right? Okay, so let's have a look at today then. So what did we cover today? So here's some questions for you guys then. So tell me the different types of partnerships in Hanafi Fiqh. So there's 2, general and contractual. Okay, what happens in general? Explain what happens in general. So in general, either voluntarily, 2 people, they acquire something, or involuntarily, where they both inherit something. Okay, tell me about contractual. Contractuals are 4 types. What are they? Name the 4. So in Arabic, Mufawada, Inan, physical, and credit. Okay, name them in English now. Unlimited, limited, physical, and credit. Okay, so what happens in Shirka Mufawada? Explain each one of these briefly. So unlimited is where 2 people come together, they put everything they own together into a business pot, and then they buy and sell, and they're all equal. Inan is limited. This is where you have one person puts in a certain amount, other person a certain amount, and they work with that. What's Sana'i'? Sana'i is where skills come together. A person, 2 people who have, or more than 2, who have certain talents or skills, they come together to make money. And wujuh, this is where one person puts in the money and the other person uses their face and recognition in the community. Okay, tell me the things in which shirkatul mufawada happens. So it happens in wealth, happens in dealings, and it happens in debts. Okay, what are the 4 conditions that need to be found in the people doing mufawada? Free, Muslim, sane, and adult. Alright, we'll stop there. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you for watching these videos, guys. May Allah bless all of you guys. Put barakah in your time and your effort. If you guys want to support my channel, I really would appreciate if you become patrons, support my channel on a monthly basis. You can support my channel for £1 a month, $1 a month, whatever amount you want to give toward the channel. It means a lot to me, helps me continue this channel and provide you guys with this content. Or you can just make one-off payments through the PayPal. Links in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.